But there's always a foundation. I feel like there's always that foundation, and that foundation is there's a yin and there's a yang, right? There's a light and there's a dark, and it really just comes out to balance. So if men are Perseus, honey, it's okay. He already went potty and ate, you guys, so he's been fed and taken care of. He just wants my attention. But when you think of masculine, you think of strong, headstrong, and in your face and all that, right? And the woman is femininity is like the balance of that. It's the light, it's the grace, it's the, like nice said, it's the nurturing, it's the welcoming, it's all it's a factor of things, right? We can go on and on, but it's that being able to embrace in your softness and use that against someone that's, because men tend to be more hard ass, like they're more like in your face, this is what it is, like, and women are more like, okay, no, da, 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 da. Now, I'm not saying you have to be soft spoken, but I'm just saying there are ways to handle situations, especially with men, without having to either raise your voice or come off a certain way, right? You can have certain conversations and have a man listen. For me, what works is when a man tends to, be anxious, be the opposite. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So if he's getting up there and tones are rising, you lower your tone, because guess what? It's going to make them want to come in and hear what you're saying, and you can make valid points. You can still let something be known without having to go out of character to do it. And I think that's again stems from, who are you? What is your character? What is your morality like? And then you'll be able to really know the definition of these questions that we're asking today. So
All right. Cal, answer that same question. When you look at women who are, mm, there was this right here, my bad. What does real femininity mean to you, and how does it differ from what we see online or in the media?
I think that real femininity is, standing beside your your significant other, being their backbone when they're down, building them up, motivating them when they got a vision. You see through the vision, even though you don't see things changing immediately, you still see through to it, because if something was to change and happen, it'll change and happen for the both of you guys. Um, I feel like a woman in her femininity is just being an advocate for him, and gearing him in the right direction. I know sometimes as a man we can kind of get in a sunken place, and we need to be redirected sometimes. But I feel like the difference between that from today's society is, like she was saying, Nair, how you say your name? Nair?
Naya, y'all could call me Naya though.
Nah, like Nah was saying, like music, the women that are representing the world that we're in right now. It's a lot of turning points on that. People look at social media and get affected by that the most. So if a famous pop star artist is saying something, they're more than likely to go with it, but not realizing that that is just for marketing and to sell, to get you to listen to their songs and download the song. But people don't really look at it from that perspective. I feel like we oftentimes get confused from social media and real life. And yeah.
All right, it's like popcorn style, so I ain't gonna be going to everybody. So if I skip you, don't take it personally, right? The next question I have is femininity something that can be faked, or is it something that naturally comes with the right mindset, experiences, and self-awareness? What's your take on it? Is
I think
femininity
anyone can manipulate anything. People can manipulate any words you throw at them if they're good enough, right? So, I mean, yeah, to your point, yeah, it can be. If you want to, anything can be faked. People can manipulate whatever you want, whatever they feel they have access to, or the capability of manipulating. That's just, not everybody does that, but there's a good chunk of people that do. Let's just all be honest and call a spade a spade.
I was
I
gonna
feel
say,
like it can be fake for sure. You can go ahead now.
oh no, I just wanted to add to what Callie was saying. I think most women do actually.
Yeah.
But what do you mean by that? You say most women do what?
Most women are able to fake femininity.
Well, why do you think they fake femininity?
I think in the beginning of a relationship, a lot of women, like, they're not going to tell you, like, in my last relationship, I did X, Y, and Z, or if I get mad, I'm going to go off the hinges and do this. Like, a lot of women want men to perceive them in a certain way. So, of course, they're going to act soft, they're going to play their part. And then when that man pisses them off, they're just going to fly off the hinges and that man will learn.
Go
I
ahead,
feel
Cal.
like it can. I feel like it can be both sides. You know, men and women can also fake these things. I specifically call it the cupcake phase. You know, the phase where y'all want each other, so you're willing to do whatever it takes to get each other. And then as time goes on, you see the true colors of the person that you're dealing with, and decide whether or not you want to stick around for it. So
I mean, I somewhat agree with what you're saying, but I don't think that's always the case. I think there are some people that understand who they are and they're going to be consistent in the beginning and throughout it. Um, I have experience where people have quote unquote faked it, right? Or either they may have been attracted to what femininity, the results that femininity yields, but by default, because change doesn't happen overnight, or they're not put into situations to test. Because some people can say they change, but that's just them telling themselves that they haven't really been put into situations or environments or conflict where they're able to really test it to see if they really have mastered that change or not. And so once they get put into those conflict situations, then that's when you really see it. They fold. They fold. And sometimes they may regret it. I've had people come back and apologize for lashing out or for not being themselves, having an understanding, those reflecting moments because they really haven't changed. I don't think anybody changes necessarily, especially when you've been living your life and had a mindset for so long. I think that you are able to regulate it, you're able to control it. But I honestly believe that you still possess it. It's still in you. Go ahead. Hank.
understood.
Now, what I was going to say, unfortunately, some women try to fake the femininity, but fortunately for a lot of women, they can't hold it long because they always gonna go back to that default mode. If it's in you, it's in you. If it's not, it's not. I know some women try to turn it on and off like light switch, but we always know that shit don't work because you're always gonna go back to your default mode. You're gonna go with what's normal for you, what's traditional for you, for what you normally do. You know what I'm saying? You can't put that on day in and day out and fake it for the rest of your life because eventually there are gonna be certain things you do, certain things you say, certain way you respond. It's going to show your true colors. Now, once a man sees that, it's all about that man. How's he going to deal with it? Is he going to continue to pursue this woman, or is he going to leave that heifer at the restaurant like he should? Because when you see situations like that, you shouldn't deal with it if that's not what you're into, if that's not what you're looking for, if that's not what you're willing to accept.